Greetings everyone, and welcome to another epic PS2 video games overview video. Yes, taking an in-depth look at my collection of PS2 games and seeing what all I got over the years. Yeah, pretty cool. So there's only a few more parts to go, unless of course you're watching this completely out of sequence, in which case, who knows how many you got left to go. Could be 12 for all I know. Anyway, today we're going to take a look at the EyeToy. Yeah, this is actually the version 2 EyeToy. I do have a version 1 somewhere. I don't know where it is, packed away somewhere. But this is the version 2. Really not much difference. Low resolution. I think it's like a 320 by 240 webcam. I used to use this as a webcam back in the day, actually. I used the version 1 back in the Stickam days. And it was my first webcam. Worked great. Just needed to download a third-party driver to get it to work, but you know, it was pretty straightforward. Gave pretty decent picture and sound quality for the time. I of course now use a high-definition webcam for everything, but hey, at the time, back in 2006, the EyeToy was more than sufficient, and quite frankly, better quality than what a lot of other people were using at the time. So, yeah. But the thing that's cool about the EyeToy is it was one of the earliest examples of an in-home system that used a camera to actually put you in the game. Now, there had been systems like that before. There was one called Mandala way back in the day, which was based around the Amiga series of computers. But it was prohibitively expensive. I mean, it's not something that you would generally have in your home. It's more like you would go somewhere to play Mandala games. EyeToy was the first time we really got something like that properly in our living rooms that we could do. And it was a pretty cool idea. Honestly, it was pretty niche. It never really caught on much. And there was only a handful of games released for it, of which I have, I believe, all but one. I think I'm only missing one. So, not too bad. So let's take a look. EyeToy games on the PS2 today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Alright, let's put ourselves in the game with my collection of EyeToy games for the PS2. Okay, so the EyeToy. Da-da! There it is. This is actually the version 2, not the version 1. The version 1 was a little bit bulkier. It was all black, but otherwise the exact same quality. Really no difference. You got a little lens here that you can use to focus and stuff like that. Works great as a webcam, and works great with the PS2 for EyeToy games. So, yeah, where to begin here? I've got a bunch of them. Well, I guess the best one to begin with, probably the one everybody's familiar with, would be this one, EyeToy Play. Oh, and look at there. There's a version 1 right there. Yeah, $4.99 apparently. Yeah, essentially EyeToy Play is just a collection of mini games. You can play by yourself if you're lonely, or you can play with friends. And honestly, a ton of fun. Just nothing too over the top. It's just fairly straightforward mini games, punching ninjas out of the air, doing other stuff. I can't remember what games are in there. Oh yeah, get one with like bubbles all over the screen, so you have to wipe the bubbles off the screen. Something about your body split in half. I don't know. There's one here, you're smacking stuff out of a tree. Here you're punching ninjas. Here you're playing soccer, so you jump up and down to bump the ball around. I don't know what this one is. Some granny fighting a bunch of monsters. But anyway, that's basically what EyeToy Play was all about. It was just stupid fun, simple mini games, and stuff like that. And you got this very nice... Oh, here we are. It actually tells you all the different things. So you got Rocket Rumble, so you get to punch fireworks, I guess. You get Mirror Time, where I have no idea. I don't remember. Ghost Eliminator. Oh, that's what Granny was doing, eliminating ghosts. So you got to swat ghosts out of the air. Disco Stars, basically dancing. It's like a Dance Dance Revolution type thing. plate spinner. You got to balance plates on your fingers. And as you can see, it will actually put you in the game. And needless to say, in the actual game, you don't appear anywhere near that high resolution or crisp and clean. No, it's about a 320 by 240 resolution camera, so don't expect high definition because that ain't what it is. Slapstream, I have no idea. Something. I don't think I've even played some of these. UFO juggler. Boxing chump. Oh yeah, I loved the boxing games. Yeah, the boxing games are fun. Literally just, you know, boxing. So you're the challenger and you have to fight various opponents. Yeah, and then soccer craze. Holy Moses, there's a ton. I didn't realize there was this many games. Wishy washy. This is the one where you have to clean bubbles off the screen. You know, some of these are more action oriented, others are more kind of zen. You get Kung Fu. So basically fighting ninjas. Beat Freak, so you have to match. It's like a Simon, kind of like a Simon Says thing. The guy will beat out a drum or drum out a beat on a drum, and you have to match it. And yeah, and that's pretty much it in a nutshell. And there you go. So that's all the different games. Yeah, but pretty cool. Just simple, basic mini games. It's kind of like the equivalent of what you'd probably play on your iPad now, like just as a mini game, but on your TV with a webcam instead. And then we had EyeToy Play 2. Now this was actually the first one I got. This is the one that I got with my original EyeToy. So I was a little bit late to the EyeToy party, as it were. So EyeToy Play 2, essentially we have a lot of the same type of stuff. A lot of the same games, actually, just refined with graphical tweaks and whatnot. I actually like the boxing game in this one better than the first one. I thought it was a little bit better. More realistic opponents. So if we take a look here, yeah, nice lovely color manual again. So here we go. As you can see, you can have a whole bunch of people playing in here. Pretty cool. So face off. What are we looking at here? What? Hold a second. I'm not sure what I'm looking at. Oh, okay. Yeah. Here, let's start at the beginning. Here, we'll go through chronologically. There we go. So it just gives you some basic instructions how to set it up. Move your furniture out of the way so you're not kicking stuff over. Oh, look at this. You can tell this is late in the game because it has both the original front loader and the top loader PS2 in the instructions there. Pretty cool. And then, yeah, so what have we got here? Games. We got Citrus Fighter, Wizard, Chameleon, Solar System. The hell? I'm sure there's more games than that. Games continued. What do we got here? We got Coloring, Pool, Sonic Sub, Sonic Goo. Alright, I know there's way more games than that. Where's the rest of the games? I swear like the ninja one and everything was in this one. Air Guitar. Oh, here we are. Air Guitar, Home Run. So like a baseball game. Yeah, the baseball one was pretty good. Knockout. That's the one. Yeah, that's the boxing one that I used to play quite a bit. And that's pretty cool. And you get a whole variety of opponents. But as you can see, they're more kind of, I don't know how well you can see there, but they're, maybe if you got a huge screen. But they're more kind of cel-shaded rather than just blocky robot characters from the first one. So that's pretty cool. Bubble Pop, kind of similar idea to the wishy-washy one, except it's popping bubbles rather than cleaning soap suds off the screen. Do it yourself, where you gotta build crazy stuff. What is it? You got tree shredder, chainsaw, and drill chase. So there's a bunch of different things where you have to. I think it's just cutting down trees. Yeah. Drumming, kind of the same idea as the other drum game. Got Goal Attack, which is a soccer game, but you can see like they're getting a little more creative here. Like rather than just having you filling the screen, they'll put you in a little window in the middle of a big video game screen. So that's kind of cool. The whole idea with EyeToy obviously was to put you in the game. Table tennis and Secret Agent. Oh my God! Let me tell you a little story about Secret Agent. So Secret Agent was kind of a stealth thing where you had to avoid spotlights and stuff like that, and sneak around and not get caught, you know, get away with the secret plans kind of thing. So I remember once my brother Cass came over and you know, we were all playing with the various EyeToy games. I have some footage of him playing the Ninja game, actually, from Play 2. I'll put that in the description. It's in a Visits with Cass episode. So, yeah, you can check that out and see Cass just basically killing himself trying to play this Ninja game. But prior to that, we played the Secret Agent one, because I thought, yeah, why don't you try the Secret Agent one? Here's the problem. Cass was wearing a striped shirt. Now, nowadays, these motion detection systems are pretty elaborate. You know, like you've got the Kinect on the Xbox One and 360, and then you've got the PlayStation Move on the PlayStation. These are much more advanced systems, which are much more precise as far as, I mean, they're high definition first off, so they got more pixels to analyze, but they're also far more advanced in terms of being able to detect where you actually are and what is you versus what is, you know, your body or something like that. The EyeToy was not so advanced. It basically just would detect any motion on the screen. So here's the problem. Cass was wearing a striped shirt. So anytime he moved like a millimeter, he would get caught by the by the spotlights, because he was basically filling the screen and he was trying to move around the spotlights. Anytime he moved anywhere, the spotlights would find him because of his freaking striped shirt. So it was registering as, you know, rather than, you know, like say the Move or the like the Move will just sort of detect the glowing balls on the sticks, like on the wands, and be able to determine what you're doing from that. Like, it's a lot more accurate. Whereas the EyeToy would just look for any motion on the screen. So yeah, so with the striped shirt, it basically registers the entire screen is moving. So the EyeToy was just seeing it as he had a gigantic hand filling the entire screen, moving at all times. Yeah, so it made the spy game difficult, if not impossible. So we switched him over to the Ninja game, and he had a lot more fun with that. Alright, so table tennis, and what do we got? Kung 2, that's the one. Kung 2, which is a more advanced Kung Fu game, because it actually has boss characters in it and stuff, and pretty cool. And actually, I think this one with the 3 dragon heads, you can see Cass fighting that creature in the video. So be sure to check that out. It's a lot of fun. So then under Kung 2, we got Icebreaker, Room of Traps, Escaping Ninja, and Tengu, Warp Tunnel, and Time Bomb. Well, there's a lot. There's a lot in there. But, and then I see, yeah, so you've got like different games within games, like sort of different mini games. So Face Off has different challenges for multiplayer and stuff like that. So anyway, really good collection of games. I think this one was a lot more refined than the first one, and we tended to play this one a lot more. So really good times. Speaking of the spy game, I guess a lot of people like that one. I always really liked that one too, actually. They actually did put out one called EyeToy Spy, which was an entire EyeToy game based around spy missions and stuff. That's the one that I don't have. Yeah, that's the one I'm missing, sadly. So if you're looking forward to seeing my thoughts on that, I have none, because I didn't get it. Next up, I actually played a demo of this one and really liked it. I wanted to get it and found it on the cheap. Picked up AntiGrav. Yeah, this is kind of cool. This is one of the few games where you don't see yourself in the game. You actually control an on-screen character with your body movements. So what the idea here is pretty straightforward. You're on like a hoverboard, and you have to jump over obstacles and do tricks and stuff like that. So you definitely get a workout playing this one. But very, very cool. I always liked it because it kind of reminded me of Reboot. You know how Bob would have his his zip board, and it very much has that kind of vibe to it. Lovely, colorful manuals in these. So lovely. So you get all these different tracks, and it's basically a straight-up kind of snowboarding game, except you're on a hoverboard, and you do tricks and stuff like that, and instead of using a controller, you use your body. So pretty cool. Yeah, one thing about the EyeToy that you really had to be wary of was it tended to register contrast more than anything else. As I mentioned, Cass had a problem with his striped shirt. So essentially you wanted to be ideally wearing all black, standing in front of a white background with nothing but your hands exposed. So that way it would register, so you have your face, obviously, so you can register where your face is, and then have your hands exposed. So that's sort of the ideal kind of setup, is to be wearing black, standing in front of a white background, and then do that and make sure that you're well lit as well, because it's very sensitive to light. Next up, we have EyeToy Groove, which is basically a full-blown dance game. Lots of good tunes in there. And it's much as you would expect. You have to match the dance moves and whatnot. The one thing that's cool about this, however, is it also has a calorie counter that you can put on screen. So you can actually get a workout doing this. And yeah, which is kind of what I always intended to do. Yeah, you can tell how well that worked out. But I thought, wow, what a fun way to get in shape, just dancing badly in front of my EyeToy. Maybe I'll still do it at some point, who knows. But anyway, basically a whole bunch of dancing games. I'm not going to bother going through all of them. So you can just kind of swipe your hand or tap something. And yeah, very similar to what you saw in some of the EyeToy Play games. The only difference is this whole thing is music and dance oriented and stuff like that. And yeah, and if you want to get in shape, toss the calorie counter onto the screen and, you know, burn some calories. All right. Last, but most certainly not least, speaking of getting in shape, we have this big honking box. We got EyeToy Kinetic, which is basically, you know, a workout game, like a full-blown workout game, and it comes with an EyeToy. Yeah, so that's where I actually got this, the version 2 EyeToys. It came with this, so pretty cool. I'll show you the actual game here. So what the idea here is, it's a workout game, so there's a whole bunch of different exercises that you can do and stuff, and you get your own personal trainer. So a virtual personal trainer to take you through a workout regimen and stuff like that. So what do we got here? So we got a couple of things. We got the user guide. Yeah, and again, purchased this with the intent of getting in shape, never followed through with it. I did a couple of things. So basically, they'll, like initially, with the initial setup, they'll just kind of take you through a few basic exercises to sort of determine your level, and then they'll work out a fitness plan for you based on that introductory phase, and then they'll just kind of take you through it. But it's a really cool idea. Like, I think with today's motion detecting technology, sorry, I'm going all over the place here, something like this would work a lot better. As I say, with the EyeToy, you have to be very careful about what you're dressing and what your lighting conditions are, how far away you are from the camera and stuff like that. There's a lot of factors involved to sort of get it to work properly. When it does work, it actually works quite well. I was really surprised by just how responsive the EyeToy is. But pretty cool. Oh, what's this? Oh! Oh, look at that. That's interesting. I didn't even realize that. It's like a wide-angle lens. That's pretty cool. So you just put that on the camera, I guess. Neat. Does it actually say what that is? Hold on a second. Now I'm curious. I did not even know that was in there. No, this is more about the actual workouts. Let me just see here. Instruction manual, EyeToy. Yeah. Adjusting. I bet that's a wide-angle lens, so you can get a little bit more range, which makes sense actually, because you would need more range to sort of, so the camera could see, you know, your workout moves and stuff, and make sure that you're doing everything correctly. Lighting recommendations, using the camera. Oh, here it is. The full vision lens. There it is. Full vision lens attachment. EyeToy Kinetic uses a special full vision lens attachment, which allows you to see more of your body on screen without moving too far away. Yeah, so it is a wide-angle lens. Okay. The full vision lens can simply be slipped over the existing camera lens of the EyeToy, which can then be focused, as before, by rotating the manual focus ring. Warning, choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3 years. Well, there you go. That's actually really cool. I had no idea that existed. I don't know why. I must have seen it at some point and it just didn't mentally register. But yeah, very cool. I think that's a really cool idea. And yeah, don't know what to say. So sadly, the EyeToy didn't really catch on, and this is pretty much the entire games library. Just one more. There was also as I say, EyeToy Spy, and that was it. That's literally all the games they did specifically for EyeToy. I think a few other games might have had some EyeToy, you know, functions that you could implement, but as far as EyeToy exclusive games, this be it. And there you have it. So, quite a nice, nice collection of obscure little EyeToy games there. Yeah, the nice thing about these was they tended to be cheap a lot of the time because nobody wanted them. But I found that these were really fun as, you know, party games and whatnot, just to play with guests and such. And once again, if you check the description down below, I will post a link to that video that has Cass, my brother, also known as ToonMan1984, desperately trying to win at one of the EyeToy Ninja games. So check that out if you want a bit of a larf. We had a lot of fun with that. Just before we go, I'd like to take a moment to thank all of my Patreon sponsors. Thanks, Patreon sponsors. You guys and gals are awesome. Special extra big thanks to my two current highest level sponsors, namely Kyle Pellegrini and Get Your Gorgeous On, which is an awesome e-mag written and maintained by the equally awesome duo of Michelle O'Toole and Simon Hedger. So check that out when you get a chance. Yeah, if you're thinking of becoming a sponsor, please do. No amount is too big, no amount is too small. Every little bit helps, and it all goes right back into the show in the form of equipment upgrades, game purchases for me to review and do videos about and playthroughs of on Twitch and all that good stuff. So yeah, every little bit helps, and your support is greatly appreciated. So please do consider becoming a Patreon sponsor and helping the Multimedia Chronicles get bigger, better, faster, stronger. Alrighty, that is it from me to you for now. So until next time, thanks for watching, and sayonara.